To start us off, each candidate is going to give us an opening statement, starting with Jordan, then Mike, Nate, and finally Sam. You each have 1.5 minutes. Jordan, please.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
Hey, Jordan.
Okay, cool. My name is Jordan Bolte. Thank you, actually, for calling us fine gentlemen. Nice compliment. I'm a junior. I'm a big lit major. I'm from Madison, Alabama. I am running for student body president basically because I thought about it last semester, and then for certain reasons I just said, no, I don't want to. I'm not gifted in this or not gifted in that. And then over this J term, I went to Ethiopia. While I was in Ethiopia, I really got challenged by God, and God really sat me down and basically said, you're going to like qualities that you don't have, bar you from using the qualities that you do have and really meet them on the spaces. And I was sitting there like, that sort of thing. And so, as that happened, I just talked to a lot of people and decided, I do have a vision for Taylor, and I do think that we as a campus can bind together and that we can really improve the campus. So, pretty much, I'm running for student body president because God told me so. Yeah, throughout the night, you'll hear more about what I'm running for. So, hi.
Thank you, Jordan. Mike, please.
I'm going to stand up a second here. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mike Henry. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a media communications systems major. Kind of weird, but it fits, it works. From Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Tonight I'm going to talk to you guys a lot about the idea of openness. You guys have seen the You Should Know, We Should Know posters. I'm going to explain those a bit, talk about the reason behind communication at Taylor, what your student body actually does, and how you can get your voices heard, because I don't believe that always happens these days. So that's about it. You'll hear a lot more about that later.
Hey, good.
Go ahead, Nate.
Thank you. I'm glad you all came out tonight. My name is Nate Ringenberg. I am a junior from Apopka, Florida. That's right near Orlando for any Orlando Magic fans. I am a dual major in sports management and business management with a finance minor. And reason for me running for student body president, this was something I thought about actually 2 summers ago, and I was like, I think I'm going to run as a sophomore to be a student body president as a junior. Well, that didn't happen. It's over the course of the past year and a half, running for student body president is something I have prayed about with God, and this past J term, I also studied abroad. I went to China, and through that experience, I deepened my faith with God. And through that, he pretty much told me, just like Jordan, hey, this is something I want you to run for. Whether or not you win, that's all up to him. But through that experience, through that year and a half of this discernment, it's something I'm going to be doing. And the platform I really feel strongly about, especially in these hard economic times, financial stewardship, and hopefully through these next 5 questions that will be asked, I'll be able to explain more about that to all of you, and why I feel God has financial stewardship on mine.
Sam, please.
Hello, I'm Sam Sanchez, Foundation. I'm happy to see a lot of you guys out here being able to be here. I've come to know that I really have a heart for people. I really have a passion to serve people. That's kind of why I'm pre-med psychology, because I want to be able to be equipped to help people, both physically, mentally. And when I thought about it, I was like, well, if I became this position, I'd be able to serve my floor. I'd be able to serve maybe even my dorm. And then I started looking, well, what about the whole student body? What about the people that I don't know yet, from Gehrig, from Berg, from Winget's, from Olson, from English? And that really pushed me to this position and this idea of that maybe being a student body president would give me an opportunity to serve the most amount of people, both in my community here at Taylor and also the community around us. And that's kind of where I based the whole idea of making unity a reality, just be able to bridge those gaps. And I hope to share more about that in the upcoming questions.
Thank you, Sam. These first 5 questions will be for all 4 of you, and you will each have 1 minute to answer every question. We will start with you, Jordan. The first question: how would you describe the role of student body president?
Well, Obviously, I've never been student body president. So, to the best of my knowledge, I think the student body president, first off, is a mouthpiece between the student body to the administration and vice versa. So from the administration to the student body. And in that, they're supposed to be able to be, open and honest and just say to the administration, this is where the student body is struggling, or this is where the student body needs help, or, to the student body just saying, this is how the administration is trying to help us, and this is the way that they're doing it. And I think that that's sort of been muddied a little bit and just, throughout Taylor's time, I guess, I don't know. But the student body president also is the person that basically I think is supposed to cast vision to the student body. And that's why we have platforms. That's why we come in with big ideas, because we try and give you guys the platforms and say, is this something that you want to partner with me with? So then once we start to actually try and implement it next year, then you guys can say, this is how we want to see the campus go. And then as that continues, then you interact with the administration and the student body because of that.
Thank you, Jordan. Yes, Mike?
The role of the student body president is a couple different parts to it. Jordan touched on the role of the mouthpiece to the faculty and to the staff and the administration. And he's also there to know student concerns and know student needs and tell the administration about those. And that's a large part of his job. There's a lot of meetings, a lot of, this isn't working, we need to fix this. What can we do about this? There's a lot of connecting with students and finding out what they're concerned about. Another responsibility of the student body president is he's the head of executive cabinet for TSO. So he's kind of the person who's in charge of SAC and ICC and IFC, and he advises them and suggests, direction for ways that they need to go. And that's a second big important role for the student body president, who guides your decisions, what's the theme for Airband this year? All sorts of different decisions, and he's the one who has a say in that and helps guide which way needs to be done. So it's two different parts. It's the part of guiding student events and activities and programming on campus, but it's also advising the faculty and suggesting those sorts of things.
Thank you, Mike. Nate?
What I believe the role of student body president is, as we have 1,800 plus students here at Taylor, all of you will vote, and you will serve someone who will represent you. So as student body president, that person is a servant to the student body, and they will represent the voice. First off, stewardship, in my book, is using the resources that God will bless us with wisely and to advance the kingdom. So something I feel that's important is for all of us as Christians, as young adults, as we go out into the workforce and out into our communities and lives, are we prepared to use the resources that God will bless us with wisely? Do we know the basics of budgeting and the basics of saving? That way, in hard times like this, that we're still all right and we can provide for our families, or we're allowed to continue missions work because we've saved properly. And so that's something I feel every student here at Taylor should learn and should just have a basic knowledge of. So that's something I believe that I'll be able to do through being a student body president.
Thank you, Nate. If any of you want us to repeat the question, feel free to ask. Mike?
Well, I'll stand one more time here. I talked about how it's a two-part job. It's a meeting with the administration job, which I feel like happens. Hearing the student voice and telling that to the administration is another matter. I'm committed to openness. I'm committed to you should know what your student government's doing. You should know what issues they're working on, because I don't feel like that always happens. Or student government will run a program and we don't know how that's received necessarily because we don't get that feedback. I've put together a website. You guys have seen the posters all over campus, MikeSHenry.com. Go there. My issues are on there. I plan on running student government the same way. Put all that information online. So why don't we put that answer somewhere where people can find it and, make it open so that you guys, there's a form on there. You can contact me. That goes straight to the student body president. Well, it goes to me now. But if it were the website, it would go to the student body president, and he would be able to say, okay, I've got this email. Here's what we're doing about that issue right now. So.
Thank you, Mike. Jordan?